Jasper up forward. Kingsley Hunter is picking him up. So Roden. Deep breaths, and then a kick away to the left. And in the end, it just sneaks in for a behind. Still, they're within 2 goals now, and there is time. 14-12 to 12-13. The Bulldogs leading as Danny Frawley ponders the last 10 minutes or so.
Well, we keep talking about the misses of the Tigers. 13 behinds in this game. The Bulldogs 12. Bulldogs 26 scoring shots. Tigers 25. So pretty even as Stafford ready to come off. Pettifer, a small coming back on for the Tigers. And a must-win game for both these teams. More so the Western Bulldogs. Murphy to bring it in. Rogers is the man standing the mark. Murphy chips up. Gene Siracusa has died off in this game since quarter time. Was very good early. Chips over the top. Now a little bit of run. Liberatore. Roden not able to pull him in, and the ball will bounce over the line. It's not bad in the end. Garlic. Seat over. True wing out of side of the ground. Boundary throw in. Ottens comes in to contest. Darcy, as they have been for most of the day, alongside one another, trying to reposition. Campbell took it through out beautifully. Coughlin to Chappie, half forward, zeros in, no one home, dropped down, they lost it. Roden will take it. Croft was there, slapped it out wide. Tivendale, 25 from goal, and kicks a goal. That's what they were looking for. Great kick. From about 15 metres out, and they didn't get any easier than the one he missed in the third quarter. But Greg Tivendale comes up with a doozy. Great play, Tigers. Good build-up. Great finish.
Well, I guess you've got to kick him when you really need him, and Tivendale did on this occasion. It was a half chance on that trusty left foot of his, and he slotted that straight through the middle.
Have a listen to those Tiger fans at the MCG. 5 points in it. Again, West getting it out. Tigers have got numbers here. They can just sort it out. Grant came in. Coughlin was pretty bold. Gets another chance. And did well, the young man, under fierce pressure. Chaffee out wide. Look at this. Bowden in all sorts of space. He could go all the way here, Joel Bowden. On the brink of something great for the Tigers. Joel Bowden cranks it up and kicks it behind.
Well, they've wrestled it back, certainly. The game has swung in Richmond's favour. Still a lot of football to play. Danger, touch it, he does. Scotty West slides in, saves the Western Bulldogs in the end. And we have a boundary throw in. Tigers still in attack, member side of the ground, just inside 50. Ball will come in, Ottens and Darcy. Darcy against 2, Croft. Gasper was there. Tivendale kicked the last. Well done, Hargrave for the Doggies. Gene Siracusa to Johnson. They will run it out. Hunter has to kick out wide into the middle. Brown tripped over his own feet. Duncan Callaway kept his. Tried to slap it forward. Gasper onto Zilla. Onto Coughlin. Lebo, you beauty. Saved the Doggies in the end. Advantage play. Brown off half back over the top, and we have a game. Garlic steadies over the top. Blake Johnson has Gene Siracusa running inside 50. Decides to go inboard. Good kick. Good kick in the end. Daniel Bandy at the moment inside 50. Certainly the thorn in the side of the Tigers.
What about that tackle from Libba?
He's done a great job actually in this last quarter on Wayne Campbell. Campbell only having the 2 possession so far, but a great tackle.
Bandy 3. Can he reward his team? Yes, he can. He can. 4 goals, Daniel Bandy.
The Panel, 9:30 Wednesday.
He's had some class acts.
I'm controversial.
And this week, Rove's got 2 international guests you just can't miss.
Willem Dafoe, Mandy Moore.
Plus more of the stuff you love. Rove Live, 9:30 Tuesday.
So it's back to 10. The Western Bulldogs leading 15-12 to 13-14. Terrific last quarter from the MCG. Ottens again standing up, but Darcy persisting. Good crunching work in the middle. Johnson, Garlick, and the Dogs are away. Scotty West from 70 goes again. Grant this time. Oh, well played, Scotty West. Good control, and Chris Grant to almost finish the Tigers off. Not quite, but if he kicks it, it'll be very difficult.
Very good out of the middle. Good use of the ball under pressure. And then Scotty West, who even before that ball was in the Western Bulldogs' possession, actually had run forward towards their goal. He ended up with it. The provider to Chris Grant. Now the finisher has to put it on the board.
Yeah, that statistic certainly showed the Dogs' strength of taking marks inside 50. And Chris Grant converts, and the Dogs might just about be home. The Western Bulldogs 16-12, 108. Richmond 13-14, 92. And Chris Grant kicking a goal when the Bulldogs needed him to.
Well, it was a big kick. Certainly he's missed a number of goals this year, but no better time than to convert at this stage of this game. That was a captain's goal.
Well, there's Terry Wallace as we see the score 16-12 to 13-14. But Darren Gaspar, it was a big gamble to put him forward, wasn't it, Steve? And it may just have backfired with Grant taking that mark.
Well, I guess they've got the last couple of goals, and it's certainly hurt the Tigers.
So players put themselves in, still in the middle of the ground, approaching half forward for the Tigers. There's a Clinton King kick that got it there. And just a clump of players around this ball. Have to be a genius if you're able to win possession and get it out of this group. Comes down, Tawney does well. Into attack, Johnson has to wait for it. Missed it in the end. Gene Siracusa took it and then bombed it long. That's all you can do to wing at his member's side. Tawney's got it, 3 bites. And in the end was paid holding the man. So time just running short, 21.5 minutes to Coghlan in the middle of the ground. Tigers into attack on that left foot into the air. Dobby should clear it. No, it's a mark to Gaspar.
Told you it was a good move.
Well, he will contest down there, but in the end, the Western Bulldogs sitting back and expecting that ball to probably drift further back into the goal square. Gaspar, front position, has a chance to bring that lead back.
He really does need to kick this one if the Tigers are to have any chance to win.
So Gaspar, is it back to 10? He's missed. He has missed.
No, I don't think so. It's a goal.
Just. So goal to Gaspar. He sneaks it in. It's back to 10 points. Still plenty of time. Western Bulldogs 108. It's a 10-point lead. The Tigers are 98.
Well, it could be a master move, this one, Hutto.
Inspiring move.
But just snuck in. Done everything he's asked of up forward so far, Darren Gaspar.
Well, there is plenty of time for Richmond. 16-12, 108 the Bulldogs. 14-14, 98. Who's going to get it out of the middle? Captain Campbell helped off. Ottens' handball chopped off. Scotty West just getting it forward. Is that a mark to Brown? No, it's not. Certainly hasn't been Nathan Brown's day today.
Ball up. Well, we've all had those type of days, Sauce, where things aren't going your way. Nathan Brown couldn't draw a football for you at the moment. Really battling to be a part of this game, but the thing is, the key to this Nathan Brown's football is the last 3 or 4 minutes he can really contribute.
Garlick's been great today. He has been sensational, and he misses.
Had Libba in support, and Libba really should have got it in the end. He was to Garlick's left.
11 points is the margin. 16-13 the Bulldogs. 14-14 the Tigers. Bowden with the kicking in duties.
Should have gone in the middle of the ground. Can still go there. He'll go short. Campbell, play on. You're in trouble, Wayne Campbell. You're in big trouble. Rowan Smith, hands off there. Garlick take 2. It'll come down. King back to the Doggy goal square. Zantuck out of that back pocket out wide. Hall with the set. has got it. 2 bites. He's off and running around Bandy. Then at the feet of Knights. Out wide. Coughlin with a chance now. Just over wing. Chips in. Bad kick. Brad Johnson.
He's had a big quarter, Brad Johnson.
Well, shocking kick in the end. And the Tigers certainly let an opportunity slip. Just hold on to it. Rowan Smith well down the ground will take it behind wing, into wing now. Gene Siracusa just sharing it around. They've got it to Garlick, 70 from goal under Alvey. Can go to Saunders. He'll go in that direction and Saunders knocked away beautifully. And Ty Zantuck did beautifully to get that left fist to it. It's a boundary throw in. Still an attacking zone for the Doggies. 25 from goal. Boundary throw in.
Terrific spoil. Ty Zantuck.
Very good.
Got it out.
Bandy, Ottens, Callaway, still dangerous area. Ray Hall.
Oh, go away from goal.
He had nowhere to go.
Well, he was facing goal. He actually was heading back to the Doggy goal when he had space to run the ball away. Got out of jail in the end.
Been pretty good today, hasn't he? They certainly have been under a lot of pressure at times, though, with Bandy and Darcy pushing forward. But he has done some nice running work through the middle of the ground. Callaway really just jumped on it there, locked it in, but the Tigers need to get the ball moving. 25.5 minutes have gone now in this last quarter. The Western Bulldogs perhaps headed for a 3rd victory in a row, making a genuine assault on the finals. They lead 16-13 to 14-14. Darcy did the rocking, did the roving, released to Daniel Bandy, man of the moment. Elvey, goal! And the Western Bulldogs are just about there. And doesn't he love it? Reason for celebration for Mark Elvey and the Western Bulldogs. 17-13, 1-1-5. Richmond 14-14, 98.
And a fair celebration too by young Elvey, but really set up by Luke Darcy there, taken out of the ruck, handballed across, and young Elvey did the rest. 3 of the last 4 goals, the Bulldogs.
Thought that was Alan Jakovic for a minute. I thought he'd return to the MCG.
Maybe a bit over the top.
So the season's still alive for the Doggies. 26.5 minutes last quarter. Time against the Tigers. Pushing it forward again. Bulldogs, Coughlin in the middle of it. Hands off to Chappie. Out wide. Last ditch effort now. Bound will take it and carry it to 50. Can have a shot if he keeps going. He'll go at goal. Just on 50. It'll drop short. And a good mark in the end. Kingsley Hunter sitting back there. Doggies out of danger to Rowan Smith. Short to Bandy. And off half-back. Doggies have it.
They really did have answered the challenge, the Bulldogs. The Tigers got within 5 points at the 15-minute mark of this last quarter. So some really good signs by the Bulldogs.
What a game from Daniel Bandy. Rowan Smith a bit quieter. Garlick has been important for them as well. Well, this quarter gone 27 minutes so far. The 3rd quarter went 31 minutes. That had 9 goals. This quarter's had 8. The 2nd quarter only had 5 goals and went 28.5. And the 1st quarter had 9 goals and went 30. So you'd think it would go around about the 30-minute mark. Oh, poor old Coughlin couldn't regain his footing. Gene Siracusa, he'll be happy in the end to see it go out.
Well, a lot of the better players that we made mention, the Western Bulldogs, who had drifted out of the game 2nd, 3rd quarter. Scott West, Brad Johnson, Rowan Smith, all have come to the top when required. Nathan Brown continues to have a very quiet day. Here he is.
It was quiet until then. It's a behind. Overall, though, for Nathan Brown, as you mentioned, just the 8 possessions, 4 kicks and 4 handballs, and that's his first score of the day.
Dakes, one thing that I've probably noticed is that Wayne Campbell has probably been cut out of this last quarter. Really hasn't had a big influence, but he hasn't had much support around him.
Well, I think that's certainly a luxury of any players is having teammates alongside. He had 20 touches to half-time, 27 in total now, so he's certainly died off. Tivendale on that right foot towards Roden. Dropped it in the end. Hargrave will break the tackle in the end. Alvey, who kicked the last, goes in short. Saunders has got it. He has been another bonus for the Western Bulldogs. Nathan Saunders, 3 goals, lining up for 4. And the Doggies full of running at the moment. And heading for a no-doubt victory. 29 minutes last quarter.
Richmond fans leaving the MCG in hordes, aren't they? Can almost hear the collective sound of plastic seats going back.
Can understand why. Certainly have let an opportunity slip when you consider their third quarter. A lot of missed opportunities as Nathan Saunders ready to put this game beyond doubt. 3 goals. And one of many youngsters Terry Wallace has been able to introduce. Does he finish? And hits the top of the post. So it's 98 Tigers. The Western Bulldogs should run out victors. 117.
I'm sure David Smorgan very proud of his team this afternoon. Straight down the middle, the order of the day. Stafford couldn't handle it. Coghlan, good body pressure. Gave Ziller his opportunity. And now they're away. Callaway. Knights pushing forward. Could have gone longer to Waltons. Went very short in the end of a contest. Knights going to have his work cut out here. Had 2 to beat. Had to release the handball. Rowan Smith. West.
That numbers.
Up to half forward. Look at them. They're everywhere. Oh, he's all on his own. He can stroll into goal here. Turn around, son. Keep on going. Oh, it doesn't matter. They're lining up. He's gone. Oh, he's made a mess of it in the end.
Well done by Callaway.
Siren sounds. It's all over. It doesn't matter. David Smorgan and the Western Bulldogs absolutely delighted. And poor old Danny Frawley. A lot to ponder. They were much better this afternoon, the Tigers, but not good enough as it turned out. And the Western Bulldogs win their 3rd game in a row, and certainly their run for the finals. It's a big, long run when you lose so many games early in the year. But Terry Wallace gets a kiss. I think that was his wife.
We hope so.
I hope it was anyway.
I'm sure it was.
And a deserved kiss because he's done a pretty good job today, Terry Wallace and the Western Bulldogs.
Well, it was a must-win game in the end, and they started beautifully. 2nd, 3rd quarters, certainly the Tigers threatening, but they were able to hit back.
Well, certainly one of the stars of the day was Daniel Bandy for the Western Bulldogs. Finished with 4 goals, and he's had 19 possessions and 13 marks, and here he is.
Thanks, Anthony. Well, Daniel, that's the sort of games that you need to win.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great effort by the whole side, and good to get the 4 points.
Pretty physical clash, it looked like.
There's always going to be the rivalry last year, which I wasn't a part of, but I've stepped into an awesome rivalry between 2 clubs, and I loved every minute of it.
Now, you yourself, you look like you've got more confidence each week and a great game today.
Yeah, I've just been working on my weaknesses, and they're starting to pay off. The hard work, the old cliche, and I'm really enjoying my footy at the moment.
Because it has been a big move for you to move to Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs, so you must be enjoying it even more now.
Yeah, it's bloody cold over here, but I'm getting used to it slowly.
Great, thanks, Daniel. Anthony.
Oh dear, it is cold at the moment, but I'm sure they'll be pretty warm at the moment, the Western Bulldogs.
And I'm sure that Terry Wallace will be delighted with the performance. They were challenged in that last quarter by the Tigers, and they came back and they've ended up winning this game, and certainly some real good signs, I think. Brad Johnson, once again, a terrific game. We mentioned Daniel Bandy with 13 marks, 4 goals, outstanding. Young Saunders up 4, kicked 3 goals for the game. That's certainly a positive. And Simon Garlick, 22 possessions and 3 goals is certainly a fantastic effort by him.
Well, the Tigers have already made their way off the MCG, but the Dogs going down to the City End goals to thank their supporters, who have turned out today a crowd of just over 30,000, just over 31,000. And the Bulldog fans that have ventured to the MCG have certainly enjoyed themselves. Daniel Bandy leading the way with 4 goals. Garlick and Saunders 3 each. And the Dogs prevail at the MCG.
Last week, they kicked a massive 20 goals against Carlton at Optus Oval. This week, the Crows are back on home turf and taking on their toughest side in the league, the Brisbane Lions. Adelaide battle Brisbane at Football Park. 7:30 tonight on 10.
If you want advice and the best price on large screen TVs, see Truscott Hi-Fi. Like European Thomson stereo TVs with 100Hz flicker-free picture technology. Truscott Hi-Fi, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. Lungs are like sponges with millions of tiny air sacs for transferring oxygen. Every breath of tobacco smoke attacks them. No wonder smokers feel short of breath. Their lungs are rotting. Every cigarette is doing you damage.
Epic Space Combat. Star Wars Rogue Leader. Only for Nintendo GameCube.
Food's here.
Mate, you can't feed him that.
What? It's just chicken.
It's not just chicken.
KFC's hot and spicy chicken is back, so get it while it's hot. And spicy.
I told you it wasn't just chicken.
My hot and spicy chicken. Back for a limited time.
Did somebody spike the punch?
Feel the on-ground pressure of the game and make the hard calls the coach won't. Only Optus CyberCoach puts you in the coach's box and takes AFL viewing outside the square. You call the shots from your armchair every Saturday night on 10 with thanks to Optus.
It's been a tough match, but at the business end, there's no stopping them. They're looking the goods. Oh, beautiful tap on. They're away. This is sensational to watch. A real premiership performance.
Golden draft, thanks.
Hello? Look, I want to quit smoking.
Sure, well, you've taken the first step. That's great.
Planning ahead is really important.
And I could send you a quick book if you'd like.
Make World No Tobacco Day, May 31st. Your day to quit.
Authorised by the Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Being beggar is tough.
Have you ever thought of giving me a little more respect around here?
Well, I thought about it.
But being a doctor is even tougher.
Hey, Doc, want me to take my clothes off? Because that's no problem. What the hell's wrong with you?
Beggar, 7:30 Tuesday on 10.
Well, they've rediscovered how to win, the Western Bulldogs. They started well, 6-2 in the first quarter to give them that handy 20-point lead. Richmond hit back. They won the second quarter by 19 points, so it was very close from there on in. Third quarter, the same again. And in the end, the Dogs prevailing, and a lot of it due to the form of Daniel Bandy, who floated into the forward line and kicked 4 goals. Garlick was great. Young Saunders did a nice job as well. Grant thrust forward after starting in defence. For the Tigers, 3 to Stafford, a couple to Ottens and to their captain, Wayne Campbell. But in the end, they didn't probably get enough support, and it wasn't enough for the Tigers to get home. So a terrific performance in the end.
It was, and I suppose it keeps the Western Bulldogs alive, Hutto. But the biggest difference in the game was clearly, I think, in general play, the Tigers very good, but around goals, certainly let down.
We saw Terry Wallace before the break looking pretty happy out there on the ground, and he joins us from the rooms. Terry, thanks for your time. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. It was a very important win for the club. There was no doubt about that, and it's nice to sort of say that we might have done something reasonable around goals, after our early start to the year.
Well, Daniel Bandy was one man who certainly did something reasonable around goals. Player, 4 goals, 13 marks, and 19 possessions. Yeah, we were saying earlier on in the piece that just a few of the match committee boys before the game that he was sitting equal, I think, with Treadray. I think there was Rocker. And guys like that, Whitnell, I think they're all on equal amount of goals. And if someone had told us that he was going to be able to add that forward line strength to us at the start of the year, we probably would have been pretty surprised. We really got him as a backup for Luke Darcy, but he's become an outstanding key position marking option for us.
Plough, I suppose you got off to a good start in that first quarter, led by 20 points, and you got some good run out of defence. The Tigers certainly put the brakes on there, but to your boys' credit, and certainly a lot of the youngsters, you're able to wrestle that part of the game away again.
Yeah, they dominated the second quarter, there was no doubt, and probably a few lost opportunities. They could have perhaps gone in a little bit further in front at half-time, but we just balanced ourselves off at half-time and spoke about where the game was at. And the reality was, even though that they had won a fair portion of the play in that second quarter, I mean, we come in a point in front, so there wasn't any need for panic. All we needed to do was understand why they had got control of the game and just sort of organise a few things from there to get ourselves back into the ball game.
Matchups can be so important. We noticed in the first quarter, Garlick ended up on young Coughlin and he just got away from him a bit, and he had a pretty good day, Garlick. I guess he's so experienced around goal. He had 22 possessions and kicked 3 goals.
Yeah, fairly interesting one, that one, because Simon was actually scheduled to line up on the interchange bench, and we had Liberatore going with Tivendale, and they started Tivendale off on the bench, so we ran Libba straight off the ground and Garlo comes straight on and had an influence straight away. So it's an amazing game. If you mentally don't prepare yourself right, you can find yourself out there in the thick of the action straight away. You've just got to be ready to go at all times.
And the other one, Libba again took up the challenge and did a terrific job on Wayne Campbell in particular after half-time.
Yeah, well, he only had him after half-time, so that's all he can really do is do his job when he's asked it. He had Tivendale for the first half, and then Campbell had got out of control early. We had a couple of different rotations on him early in the game, and I think Libba's tackle efforts and just his want to win is still there, and he's been just a remarkable player for this football club, and I think today was just one of those times that just shows how important a guy like that is to just the fabric of the place.
Where's it leave you now, player? Pretty good position, I guess, with some momentum up and 3 in a row. How do you feel about starting to talk about finals? I know is a long way away, but getting up towards the top 8.
Oh, well, we set ourselves, a task to just finish off until the bye weekend, and we knew that we had these 2 games, the Tigers obviously today, and Fremantle next week at Optus Oval, that were going to be, crucial games for us, and that's as far as what we could be looking at this point in time, and we've knocked over one of those, and obviously got one to go. So all our concentrated efforts go on to Fremantle now. They've had a very strong and sound season so far, so that's as far as we can do. But look, we'd be in a terrific position if we could get ourselves back onto an even playing field and a 50-50 sway after missing the first 5 games. So if we can do that, we really believe that we'll get a bit of momentum out of it.
And just very quickly before you leave us, did you make anything of the rivalry today?
Oh, no, look, I thought it was just a game of football between 2 sides who needed to win, and I think that's pretty much the way that the game was played over the duration of the match. I mean, there's a bit of sting in our tail, obviously, from last year. I mean, we set ourselves to win that round 17 game, and it was such a close game, and it probably took us a long while to get over it, and I suppose that makes the victory just that little bit sweeter.
Thanks for joining us, Terry. Well done.
Thanks.
We'll take a break here from the MCG. The Bulldogs prevailing over Richmond. We'll be back in a moment to wrap up.
Home has crossed over to the dark side.
Let's say I make you my executive in charge of recreation.
But is it all it's cracked up to be?
You're so much more fun than Smithers. He doesn't know the meaning of the word gay.
The Simpsons at 7:30. Then at 8, when you're as evil as Finch.
The memo telling everyone to get dressed up. I'm the only one who got it, aren't I?
Life is no fairy tale.
Attention, people, listen up. Did anyone lose a tooth? Next week is Topless Tuesday.
Just Shoot Me following The Simpsons Wednesday.
What happens when you call the quit line?
Making the call is the starting point. We'll send you the quit pack, which has all the relevant information about quitting. The quit line is available 24 hours a day, every day of the year, but it takes more than a phone call. It's a good idea to speak to a trained advisor, and this free service will be offered to you.
Quitting smoking can be made easier with the support from the Quitline advisors. They can call you regularly throughout the quitting period, giving help when you need it the most. Ring the Quitline now, 131848. The service is free.
Hi, I've got a seat here saved for you. No, I want you to sit down. What a seat.
You'd be popular too if you were offering tax-free cars and trucks, like a Conovan, tax-free, and Courier, tax-free, but it must end June 30 and only from your Ford dealer.
Lucy, Dougie's here.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi.
I got 2...
Oh, let me guess. 1 chicken tandoori, 1 Rio Fiesta, both on the new Perfecto base, and some pepperoni dipsticks.
All for only $19.95 plus my delivery fee. So will I see you Saturday?
That depends.
On what?
On whether I order pizza or not.
So the Bulldogs and Tiger fans enjoying themselves at the end of a hard day at the MCG. Dakes, great win by the Bulldogs. What's wrong with Richmond? What's one of the main problems they've got, do you think?
Well, I think a little bit of support for that man Campbell. He was terrific. I think general play today, going on today, very good in general play. Finishing certainly cost him the game.
Yeah, he had 27 possessions, Campbell, but only 2 in the last quarter, so I guess significant that when he dropped off, the rest of them did as well.
Well, less problems for the Western Bulldogs. They only really focused on one guy, Wayne Campbell.
Let's have a look at what's ahead tonight, and of course, Sydney, Melbourne and Perth, Collingwood and Sydney. The Pies keep on rolling on, Dakes.
Yes, they do.
And Adelaide and Brisbane should be a fantastic game. Hope you enjoy those games. Hope you enjoyed all the action this afternoon. Good night from the
The AFL Premiership Season 2002, brought to you by its premier partner Carlton and United Breweries and our telecast sponsors Carlton Draft, official beer of the AFL. For dealers, ordinary people doing extraordinary deals. Strathfield, the right choice for mobiles. Call 13 11 77. Doors Plus, no fuss. Discount City Carpet Superstores, your one-stop floor covering shop. Booze Brothers, Truscott Hi-Fi, best advice, low price. And KFC's hot and spicy chicken.